Let's hope they do. Let's just hope they do.
Okay. We do want to have everybody's input. You know, everybody on this street have an equal say. I try to get out myself and make contact and eye contact with everybody. Some people are for it, some people are against it, some people don't care. I brought it for the council, said I want to see, can we name Lexington Avenue MLK in honor of MLK. First, we'll have an open forum on the 23rd, so I can hear from the people, the ones that live on the street. The mayor wanted to open up to the whole city so everybody can come and give their opinion. So all the thing we asking tonight is if you're for it, say you're for it. If you're against it, say you're against it. But we're not here to name any other street.
Yeah, I'm all for the memorialization of Martin Luther King Jr., a great man, love what he did. I'm also, this young man back here spoke about a local American, African American that did great things here too. I think we need to look at that in the future too, about renaming something there.
My brother and I own a property on Lexington Avenue, and I attend March Tabernacle Baptist Church, which is on Lexington Avenue. I am not in favor of changing the name of this street to Lexington Avenue. My brother and I discussed the name change and the effect, so he and I are not in favor of a name change.
The question is, what side of history do you want to be on years from now?
I think it would be a more egalitarian way of doing it with Robert Toombs on one end, MLK on the other. I think that would show some kind of inclusiveness, and I think that in honor of Dr. King, whose policies was about being inclusive to all Americans and the civil rights of all Americans, I think that we should move forward with this proposal.
Let me say I'm against it. If you go ahead and change the name, so well, our addresses will change as well, so that means we have to get all our personal things changed. Is that correct?
I'm saying changes the name.
Yeah, it's time for a change, but not Lexington Avenue. Change it somewhere else. I mean, you know, just find another street to do it on. I mean, I'm down for it, and I would vote for it, but not Lexington Avenue.
I have no issues with naming a street after Dr. King. I'm a big fan of his, and I think that would be a great thing to do. I am opposed to changing Lexington Avenue, but for a different reason for what has been discussed. The fact that we're having to have this and people are getting upset, I wish we could all find a street that we could all get behind.
Washington, Georgia. The name Washington, Georgia is just begging for a MLK street. And I think that portion of Lexington Avenue should be that street.
One suggestion would be maybe to memorialize the highway after a local black leader that influenced this community. Okay, Reese Booker, Dr. Sessom, the late and great Eddie and Kay Fennell memorialized the highway in that way.
I am against the name change. I feel that there are other ways to honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So I'm asking you to consider not changing Lexington Avenue to MLK Jr. Boulevard. Try to find another way of honoring him.
We got two streets here in Washington, Georgia. Why would you want to change Lexington Avenue? You got two. You can name them other two. Y'all help me with the name of what I'm trying to say. What's the name of them? Skullshaw, and what the other one?
Old Skullshaw.
Old Skullshaw and New Skullshaw. You can use them. They don't live on Lexington Avenue. We don't want to live on Lexington Avenue, and we're not in favor of changing no name. We love Lexington Avenue, and we love Lexington Road. I know y'all gonna do what y'all gonna try to do, but we gonna try to keep Lexington Avenue. Thank you.
If we wanted an option, could that be memorializing with the placard, and then that you could retain the name Lexington Avenue, which most of the residents, I know I am one on Lexington Avenue, I want to keep Lexington Avenue.
Lexington Avenue was my home.
I moved back here 12 years ago, and I really enjoyed it. And I would hate to change that name, because that's where I moved, and that's where I want to die.
I don't see why we can't have it MLK Boulevard as a memorial, but you keep your Lexington Avenue address. And that's what I thought was gonna happen all along when the motion was made.
We'll go back and we'll discuss it. If we decide not to, we won't, but if we decide to go forward, that's gonna be amongst the council. If we decide to change to a Memorial Drive or whatever, like I said, we appreciate y'all input.
I think we're all here wanting to, it's time to, all of us feel, to honor Dr. Martin Luther King, a great American, in an appropriate way for Washington.
This is what these type meetings are for dialogue, compromise, come up with peaceful resolutions. A lot of great things have been said tonight, a lot of options, have been posed. I think that some of it is very doable, like we did, Reverend G.A. Avery. But the one thing I would like to compliment this body of government is that we all unanimously thought that changing the name or doing something significant for Dr. Martin Luther King was worthwhile.